What is dopamine detox? Well, first I need to explain what dopamine is. Dopamine is a chemical that makes you feel good. Its purpose is to help us feel pleasure, basically. So it was naturally released when we did something good, like something that you're proud of, something that you're like, hell yeah. For example, like thousands of years ago when our ancestors, and they all had to feed the whole tribe, they all had to feed each other. So they all went, they ran, they hunted for hours and hours and hours, and when they finally caught that animal and they killed it, that dopamine, man, must have been crazy, man. You felt amazing because now you get to feed your whole family, you get to feed the whole tribe, whatever you need. Like that feeling of feeling good. But nowadays, it just helps us get addicted because we overindulge in it. By picking up your phone, you release a little bit of dopamine. By junk food as well, release a little bit of dopamine. But a big contributor to this problem is porn. That's one of the biggest contributors. And now you're probably asking, why should I care? Okay, I know what dopamine is, but why should I care? But really, it's the biggest reason why you don't feel good about yourself. The reason why you're not happy. Why you don't feel good nowadays. Or enjoy the little things like walking, being outside, nature, things like that. Like how when we were younger, when you'd be playing with your friends, you enjoyed that much more than you would enjoy doing those things now. It is because of all these bad habits like social media, porn, your food habits, and basically just anything with a screen on, including movies, shows, your PC, whatever. As long as it has a screen on it, it's probably a contributor. Basically, the reason is because all of these screens, all of these bad habits raises our dopamine, right? So this is your natural dopamine, and it raises it. Let's say you watch porn, to up here and up here, and basically all of these things like screens, watching movies and stuff like that raises your dopamine so high. The reward that you're supposed to feel, like when our ancestors killed the animals, you get it every minute. Every time you turn on your phone, you raise your thing so high where when you try to do natural things like walking your dog, being outside, being in nature, just regular old talking to my parents, it doesn't feel as good. And that's one of the main contributors why it's hard to quit drugs like meth and other addictive substances. And that, being unhappy like that, and you can indulge more and more and more and you still won't be happy. It won't change nothing. Take a step back from social media. You let go of your eating habits, your bad habits, all of those habits. And that's where dopamine detox comes in. You take a step back from social media. And how I mentioned in the other video, deleting all social medias like Twitter, Facebook. Who uses Facebook? Instagram, Snapchat, things like that. And eventually YouTube. But that's until you've kind of once you've grasped the idea of self-improvement. And you do all these things, so you can start experiencing real life. Instead of just always being on your phone or looking at screens, you experienced real life. You can start off doing tasks outside, just little things like meditation. For me, I always find when I'm outside and I'm meditating, it improves my meditation by so much. I'm much more focused. I'm much more happy. Once I get all the meditation, I'm done with my 20-30 minute meditation. I'm like, I don't know, I just get this joy. It's better. I'll usually, when I wake up, I'll meditate on my bed. But if it's late later on during the day and I'll meditate again, it improves it by 50%, 100%. I don't really know. I just know it does. Much better. I'm much more focused. All that. I feel we're meant to be in nature. You can also start doing things like tracking your habits. There's a habit tracker that I use. I found out the name. It's called Fortify. It's also an app for NoFap as well. You could either use that or you could use a, what do you call it? I think writing it would be better, but I personally like doing it on my phone since it's easier. Then you can start adding things be outside for 30 minutes, do my meditation out for 30 minutes. And that app, it helps you, it tracks your NoFap. I feel you shouldn't track your NoFap. That's a whole different video. I'll do that eventually. But I only use it to track the habits, and you could put done or skip it. You want to slowly start adding things little by little, basically. Meditate once a day, twice a day. I said that in my other video, I'm pretty sure. Just add things slowly on the thing and try to make sure that you get it done consistently. You shouldn't really just put yourself, I'm going to wake up and do this is this. You should start slowly and add things slowly into your habit tracker, whether that's writing or that's on app. Also because you've pent up, you built your dopamine receptors so high that if you really try to go at it crazy, one day, just I'm gonna meditate an hour long, you do all that, it's not most likely you are going to fail because you set your dopamine so high. I feel you should start meditate 5 minutes this morning. And after you be oh, I did what I was gonna say. I did, and you feel good about it. You start small. Don't let your ego get in it no, I'm gonna meditate for an hour. No, start something small, 5, 10, 20 minutes, something simple, and you continue from there. Make sure that you're consistent with the small thing, and then you could gradually build that or add more. I remember not that long ago, while being on self-improvement, I tried to go on a dopamine detox, and I remember I failed every single time because standards that were so high, because I was too much on my phone. I just couldn't lower them out. I had like 6 hours daily on my phone every single day, man. You could do a lot in 6 hours. Like, you really can. Like, right now, I think I've lowered it down to about 3 to 2. Due to the addiction of my phone, I could never get my workouts done or on time. And like, my workout back when I was at school, now I'm on summer. When I was in school, the time I slept, everything depended on the time that I worked out, because it would depend on the time that I eat my last meal, so I could have 2 to 3 hours and go to sleep. And it ruined my whole thing because I was too addicted to my phone. My workouts would take me 2 to 3 hours, and I wouldn't even finish them. I would get 3 to 4 workouts out of 6 because I was doing push-pull legs, and I was completely miserable. I would not stick to my word, and that's why I'd advise you to subtract the pleasures, like eating bad food, things like that. Subtract the pleasures and substitute the pleasure for hanging out with your friends, just having like a social life. That's what really helped me. And instead of working out at home, I started working out at like a gym. I go to Planet Fitness because you know how it's like free right now for the free summer, and due to that, I was able to finish all 6 workouts in 1 hour. Like, each would take me 2 to 3. Now I'm doing them in 1. I think that's mainly due to because there's people around you. You want to get stuff done. You're more motivated. You see people pumping iron. You want to do it too. You get more motivated. You feel better. I see I see it on my body because I used to do 3 to 4 workouts. Now I'm doing 6, and now I'm really putting in the consistency in that work. And now I'm really, like, my days have improved so much. Like, I'm not exaggerating that. My days have improved a lot. Find my like natural dopamine. I'm just doing something and playing with my dogs. I just feel so grateful for life. I just say thank you, God, man, for everything I got put through, man. I feel so amazing, man, because I actually worked out today. And I have time to meditate and read, to do whatever I want for the rest of the day. I feel so amazing, dude. Like, I can't even explain it, dude. The only way to explain it is by you experiencing that. Like, I told my Christian friend, and he was surprised because he knows that I'm self-improvement, but he never heard me be so grateful, be so happy. And he told me that I should ditch, because I have a home gym. He's like, you should ditch the home gym, and go to like a real gym. Like, once the summer's over, you pay for the membership. Like, if you're that happy, if you really feel that good, if you're really getting on your stuff, really being on self-improvement, you should go at it, man. That's what he told me, man, and I'm going full force, man. That's the end of this video. Hope y'all got something out of it. But that's it though. But surely.